Hello, everyone. Andrew Taylor here. We got Tobe O with us today. What up, dude?
What up, Andrew? Good to be back.
How do you like the new studio? What do you think?
This is the best studio out there, especially for an insurance company. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, but you can't really see with these cameras. But when people start coming in, they're gonna be like, "What the heck?"
I was like, what? How on earth did y'all come up with this? It's dope, man.
Yeah,
I like it.
factory fresh. It all came out of his mind, and he says he's just getting started.
I heard that. The
Yeah.
genius.
All right. So last time you were here, you had your biggest month ever
Mm-hmm.
of 100 policies sold in a month, and you're 27 years old. You have a fast growing agency. You're working majority internet leads.
Correct. 100% internet leads.
100% internet leads. So you've taken a lot of excuses away from people.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about that as well. But before we get into this, what I have down is something really special. Your last month, 25% of your sales came from beneficiaries that you called from policies you already sold, which means referrals.
Correct.
So that what has that done for your profitability?
I mean, it's a game changer. So I've always added that to my business, but not at the level and rate that I do now. And issued 50 policies last month, and 15 of those weren't leads. It was just literally from the beneficiaries that I was going to collect regardless from policies. It was from beneficiaries from my currently insured clients.
So what do you do? How do you do that?
Right. So every single agent that works with us already do that. They already collect a beneficiary at least. What I recommend now and teach to new agents is you want to collect 5 beneficiaries in every home. The first 2 would be your primary and your backup beneficiary, and then you want to collect 3 emergency contacts. And this goes if you're doing virtual telesales or if you're doing in-home. It doesn't matter. It works effectively in both cases. And so after the sale is done, I collect the 2 beneficiaries and 3 emergency contacts. How do you get it? You just tell them that you need that. People are not going to give you any pushback at all if you just tell them, hey, this is what we need. Now, if you go ask for it, like, hey, do you mind giving me 3? People are going to say no.
Yeah. Hey, we need 3 emergency contacts.
Hey, your primary beneficiary is Joe. Your backup beneficiary is this person. I need 3 emergency contacts, people I can call if something were to happen to y'all. And they will give you 3 people. Now, the magic happens when I send out a text to the client that I just sold. And the text simply says, hey, this is Tobe. So it's going from them to the beneficiaries. It basically says, hey, this is Tobe. He's my insurance broker. Just helped me out with some great plans. I told him to reach out to you to go over some details, right? And then I send it to the client, and I wait for them to send it to all of those 5 people, right? So now those 5 people just received something from their mom or their best friend saying, hey, Tobe is going to call you, right? And as soon as I leave the home, if it's an in-home appointment or if it's a telesale, as soon as I'm done with that client, I call all 5 of them. And what's crazy is to book 5 appointments with leads probably would take me, I'm not the best on the phones, but probably would take me maybe a couple hours to do. But you can knock this out in 15 minutes max.
Wait, but what do you say?
Right.
And what does the message say?
So the text message that I sent to the client basically says, hey, this is Tobe. This is his phone number. He's my insurance broker. I just took out a plan with him. He's going to call you to verify some details. That's it. So then I send out.
Does it say you're on my emergency contact?
Yeah, correct. I put you down as an emergency contact on my policy, or I put you down as a beneficiary on my policy, and then I send it to the client, and they send it to the beneficiary as an emergency contact.
And then you call.
And then right after, like, the mistake I used to make is I would wait till my Dow day to call or the next day. Well, not. They just received their text. I want to call them right now. So as soon as I get out the house or the telesale, I just call them immediately, and I'm like, hey, you want to role play? We'll role play.
Yeah.
All right. So ring.
Hello.
Hey. Now, by the way, there are 2 ways you can go about it. When I started this, just to get off the nerves, I took a very soft approach, which was literally just introducing myself. So we'll role play that one first. So ring.
Because you were nervous.
Because I was nervous.
Okay.
So ring.
Hello.
Andrew.
Who's this?
Hey, Andrew. This is Tobe. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm sure your mom just texted you about about me, didn't she?
Oh yeah.
Okay, she didn't get time to call you yet, right?
No.
Okay, she's funny. I told her to call you, but I'm sure she was gonna get around to it. But hey, really quickly, my name's Toby. I'm actually her life insurance broker. We're able to take a look at some options for her. I just want to make sure we're able to go over some details on her policy with you really quickly. She put you down as a beneficiary on that policy, which simply means if something were to happen to her, you're obviously the person responsible for helping out file a claim and all of those things. So I do this with all of the beneficiaries. I just wanted to make sure you had my number. If anything came up and you needed some help, just let me know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so just save it as Toby, Mom's life insurance guy. And again, like I said, if you need anything, just reach out to me. She was really concerned about you guys, so she took out a plan to make sure, that if something were to happen, that you guys are taken care of. Okay, so call her, tell her thank you, and we'll be in touch. Okay.
You got it, man.
Yeah. So that was a very soft approach just to get off the nerves. So when new agents tell me, "Well, I'm scared to call him," I'm just like, "Hey, call him, introduce yourself." Right. But then I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I want to close these people. But what happens is 1 to 2 out of those 10 people would just say, "Hey, oh, I need life insurance." So just by calling and introducing yourself, you can pick up 2 to 5 sales a month just by introducing yourself.
Yeah, they'll just say I need it too.
They were like, "Yeah, oh, what company are you with?" And I'm like, "I work with a bunch of them." They're like, "Oh, I just got a quote." I'm like, "Hey, okay, well, let's just set up an appointment. I'm busy right now." And then you can flip that. But for folks that are confident enough to jump into it, I do a more aggressive approach, a more assumptive approach. You want to role play that?
Yeah.
Okay, so ring.
Hello.
Andrew?
Yes.
Hey, Andrew, this is Toby. You should have just received a text from your mom. Did you get that yet?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, she hasn't got a chance to call you yet, or has she?
No, she called me.
Okay, perfect. So I'm sure she would give you some details. Hey, man, really quickly, I'll tell you this, man. She loves the crap out of you and your siblings. She spoke very highly of you guys, and she took out a policy, wanted to make sure if something were to happen, that you guys were all taken care of. You know what I mean? She talked to me about your uncle and what happened there. So it's very important for her to take care of something. That's what she did for you guys. So really quickly, just wanted to introduce myself. I'll let you know that I'm available to your family. If anything ever happened, feel free to reach out to me. She took out a whole life policy. So that's a policy that builds cash value. And again, like I said, you are the beneficiary on it. Okay. So save my number. My phone number is going to be X, Y, and Z. Save that. Put it Toby, Mom's life insurance agent. And now also as a beneficiary on the policy, we're also going to be able to go over some of the same options with you as well. Now it's independent, so you have to get approved for it by yourself. So I can't really make any promises, Andrew. But no big deal. Basically, we work with appointments only. I'll be able to kind of schedule you in to show you some options for yourself as well. Tomorrow morning, are you available more in the morning or later morning, like 8 or 11? What's a preferred time for you?
I think we already have all that.
Okay, so what happens in those cases, we basically just do a policy review. So it's really not a big deal if you already have something. Most people do. But at least you'll be able to compare with some of the carriers that we have as well. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we can do in the morning. Or
yeah, let's do 9.
Okay, 9. You said this is you and your wife, I assume?
Yes.
Got it. And I just go ahead and schedule an appointment that way. And I'm very low pressure. So if you gave me another pushback, I'm like, got it. I'm out. And then if I get on a
But
Zoom.
they don't.
But exactly. Because you're the mom's life insurance broker.
Yeah. You get into like a family, where they have a ton of siblings,
Yeah.
bro, they'll just keep passing you to the next person.
Yeah. And I started doing this because I was always not nervous, but I felt weird asking for hey, do you know anybody that needs life insurance? And I still do that now after this. Like after all this, then I would ask them directly. But this guarantees you, this is a guaranteed way to get 5 referrals in every home.
Yeah.
Toby,
You know what I mean?
pull the mic a little bit closer to you. You could just pull it.
Yeah, I think you can pull it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, but yeah, that's a guaranteed way to pick up, minimum 5 referrals in every home without fail.
And you're teaching people to do that?
Yes.
So why wouldn't people do it?
And a lot of people don't. It's too easy. It's literally the easiest thing on earth to do. And that's the problem. It's not complicated. It's not, but it's something anybody can go do right now. But most people won't do it because it's too easy.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so beneficiary referrals, huge. If you're watching this, that should help you increase your revenue big time.
Significantly.
Now, after I spoke with you today, and I would bet you will probably have one of the fastest growing teams in the company.
That's the goal.
soon, especially with the look in your eye of you're just hungry, you want to win, you want to do it fast. But you're now hiring direct agents for profitability and also to find more leaders. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, of course. The first thing is I think it's almost selfish not to, in a sense, because so for as an agency owner, if you got a goal of say you want to protect 5,000 families in a month, and you have 5 directs, for example, if you add those 5 people up, if it's not 5, if their goals don't equate to 5,000, well, there's going to be friction in that organization because you're going to feel like they're not moving as fast as they should be moving, but they're good where they're at. They're tracking their goals, or they want to be where they want to be. So I think the first thing is going wide and hiring direct agents actually helps you from that perspective as well. You're not micromanaging people, and there's just new blood coming into your organization. Profitability wise, I mean, it goes without saying. I think going wide, working with new agents, it keeps you motivated, and then it also, from a spread standpoint, gets you to a place where you're able to, I mean, quadruple your profitability and fast, right?
Yeah.
If you get 10 direct agents, accumulated after a couple months,
Just go do the math.
Just do the math on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's something funny that you said. So it's interesting in this business because a lot of people do it because they hate their job or they want more, right? But time makes you forget why you're doing things sometimes. So then you can catch yourself going, man, I hate doing this, and this. And you forgot that it's better than what you were doing before. And that's why you wanted to do it, right? So when you say new blood's important because it reminds everybody why we all originally did this in the first place. And it's almost like having kids. Like I took my kids to Disneyland and I remembered all the stuff in childhood. I like relived through them, and I saw why Disneyland is so popular and so cool. I understood it. Now, these new agents, when you see them make their first sale, it reminds everybody why we're doing this.
Right.
You see the excitement of them being able to do something for their family, change their life. And if you don't have that as human beings, we just forget. Would you agree with that?
100%. Analogy I use is, I think most people, when we start out in business, we're running from something, typically financially. So it's like I'm running from a lion, and I'm running pretty fast because it's chasing me. And what happens in this business is, when done right, after a couple of years, you don't see the lion anymore. Like it's still there, but you can't see it anymore. And now the powerful thing with hiring new agents is that lion is still chasing them.
Yeah.
So you can see that, and it wakes you up. It obviously gets you to work because you remember what it was like day one. So yeah, 100% I agree.
Awesome, man. All right. So we were talking earlier about finding fulfillment in business. And you had said something. You had said you realized that it wasn't money once you started making good money.
Right.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, similar to the last thing we said, I think when you start out, it's survival, and you're running away from something. And then what tends to happen is we all have unspoken limiting beliefs to some degree. And so when you get to, for whatever number that is for somebody in your bank account, we all have a number, you see yourself almost like feel like you can take a deep breath, right? And so for me, one of the things that I realized was those points never fulfilled me as much as going out there and being no-showed 5 times in a row, and then going to that last appointment and then getting that big sale.
But I've tried to tell this to people, like the fun is in building things and disrupting industries and doing all these things. It's not the money. But if you tell someone that needs money right now, they're like, dude, you're crazy. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, if you told me that when I probably would have had that same response,
But we talked about some things that keep you grounded.
Yeah.
and what are those for you?
So routine, God first. I think for me, to each their own, but God first. You know, I lose track of that. I find myself imbalanced. So God first, my routine, wake up time staying the same every day, working out. I love to work out, so that's my thing. I know you talked about reading. I don't read, but podcasts.
What's your workout schedule?
Like the times I work out,
And what do you do?
I freestyle. The things I do, I freestyle it, but my times stay the same. So I wake up 5. I start working out probably 5:45 when I get to the gym to about 7. So I do about 15 minutes in the sauna. I pronounce that word?
First?
No, after my workout.
Okay.
And then I do lifting, whatever body part I feel like lifting at that point, I do. So it's not, I don't have a specific Monday.
Is that 7 days a week?
7 days a week? Yep.
So 5 a.m., 7 days. What time you go to
I
bed?
need it, bro. I need to fix that part. I go to bed probably.
Well, if it's not making you wake up late and you're not tired.
Yeah. No, I'm good, but I tend to go between 12 to 1.
Oh, so you don't sleep much.
Not much. But I'm working on that though. It's not good. I should sleep a little bit earlier, and I'm working on it.
But you're fine though.
But I'm good.
Yeah, that's cool. Now what if you don't work out? Do you got like
I mean, to
do
each
you
their-
get more negative, or do you feel mentally different,
Oh,
physically
man.
different?
Yeah, that's why I work out every day. It's not, some people say it's not healthy. That's not even. I think it's not healthy to me not to, because you probably don't want to talk to me the day I don't work out. I just my I'm short, like tempered. Just I'm off. I didn't have like we talked about being grounded. I'm not grounded. So that morning time is just literally how I can ground myself, and then anything that comes after that, I'm pretty good at handling. So for me, the routine is key. And even if somebody doesn't work out, I mean, going on a walk, a run, just having something that you fall back on is how you stay consistent.
Now, do you feel like you're actually more negative if you don't work out?
100%. 100%.
You are.
Yeah. 100%. Without a doubt.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. Have you fallen off of this, and has that affected your production? Does this actually bleed into sales?
Oh yeah, it's to me that starts sales. So if I want to have my best month ever, it starts with that. Like, I think this business is so simple, not easy, but it's so simple that it's not about phone scripts or in-home or what to say. Like, we all know what to say. We all have the same scripts. It's about the mindset, and those things build up your mindset. So yeah, that starts, there are moments in time I've been able to navigate it really quickly where I sense it coming and I just get off it. A couple bad days here and there, but not long term. And I think that's the key thing.
Yeah, one of my friends, he said that if he doesn't lift weights, he just like starts being super negative. And he said he told his wife just to take him out and shoot him if he ever stops working out.
That's drastic, man. I don't know about that. I can't do that part, but yeah, I feel him though. I feel him.
What about like anything else when it comes to that? Do you try to have fun every day? Do you mix fun into anything? What is fun to you?
Right.
If you don't have a family yet, but if you did, like, would you try to?
Yeah, I think it's all scheduling, Andrew. I think we all have different interests. So for me, my family now are my parents. So on my daily schedule that I write out every night, which is another huge thing for me. If I don't write out my day, I'm like lost. So I write out my day the night before.
Everything.
Every day. From like 5 o'clock wake up time. Who am I texting at 7 to 7:30, 7:30 to 8, 8, when am I dialing? How many dials am I trying to make before 11? The whole thing till like
What
that.
you're gonna eat for lunch?
What I'm gonna eat. Well, I already know that. Chipotle.
That's what you eat every day?
Simple man, bro. Chipotle.
What about breakfast?
I don't really eat breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person.
You just skip breakfast.
I might do a protein shake after workout. But yeah, so I think you find whatever it is that you need. So for me, it would be texting my mom. Like, that's important to me. So I would text her and I would schedule it out. If you have a family, just
Do you call your mom a lot?
I try to, but at different time zones. She's in Nigeria. We're here. So
Oh, your mom's in Nigeria?
yeah. So calling her at like morning my time is like she's sleeping at 3 o'clock. and I want her to get good sleep. So
How old's your mom?
63,
And how many siblings?
2 siblings.
And they're here?
Yeah, both siblings are in America.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
I either call or text my mom every day.
mostly text though, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
just because of the time zones.
So you make sure to text your mom.
Mm-hmm. That's important to me. So if someone has a family, I mean, it would just be, if it's important to you, like you're a great example of this, man. You take your family out and people see that,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you have it all scheduled. So that allows you to still be productive in business, but handle your personal life and personal business as well.
Yeah. Now I am big on, like if you're in the hole, you might have to miss some stuff for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of say it's like you got to get out of balance to get back in balance. Like what a lot of people don't see is I was like working more than everybody else for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I got so far ahead that I go, okay, I can, and that's why I did it. So I can do all these things with my kids and my wife and be there.
Right.
But sometimes people will go, well, and they'll be new in business, and people can do whatever they want. But sometimes they'll go, well, he spends a lot of time with his family. I'm not going to run appointments. I'm not going to do this, this, and this, and they never get where their business is off the ground, and they never get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm big on going, hey, or be like Kobe, where he's like, dude, just don't sleep.
Yeah, I don't know about the don't sleep part, but
I know I don't know if I can do that,
Yeah.
but that's what he did.
yeah,
He's
but it's exactly what you said. It's like play now and you pay later, or you pay now and
yeah,
play later. You've paid,
yeah.
so you can
But
play
a lot of
now.
people haven't seen that.
Right.
Like, dude, I ran 10,000 appointments before I got out of the field.
Yeah.
And I've had who knows how many agents quit on me and do all these things to get to this point, right?
Right.
But the whole point is to do it to where is to build it where you can control your time.
Right.
But you got to do that.
Yeah, and I walked into the office the other day, office in I forget what it was, in Boca or somewhere like that. And I saw your Hall of Fame. So you've paid the price for years, and a lot of people don't see that. But that's all it is if you pay now, you got to play later. And the people you see playing now, they've just paid years.
Yeah.
Back on. So
or they say every overnight success story, there's 10 years you have not
10 years,
seen,
bro. And that's
of
real.
what they've done. Yeah. Yeah. But I like that. So schedule. So let's talk about this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Your schedule's full, so you don't have any white space on your calendar.
I told you, man, I hate that white space.
If you have white space, what happens?
Oh God, I don't know. I do dumb stuff, if we're being honest.
Like what?
I don't know if I can say some of that on here, but I do dumb stuff, man. My dumbest mistakes in life came from when I was idle. Like what's the saying? An idle mind is the devil's workshop.
Yeah,
something like that.
A devil's playground or
Playground, man. If I have white space, now
is this thinking too much? Like
just thinking too much. Not really thinking. For me, it would be, I would just go do something stupid. Like, I don't know if I'll say it.
You can say it.
Okay, cool. This one time I just came off my best personal month. And at this point in time, I hadn't understood the fact that if I'm going for something big, I should already pre-plan that once I hit that thing, I should already pre-plan my next thing. So I just came out my best month, and I had a couple days, and I hadn't talked to my ex in like 2 years. And dude, I decided to fly her out. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing that I've done in a long time. So yeah, idle time doesn't work well with me.
So you like to stay busy.
I like to stay busy, man.
Yeah, dude. Drew, what about you? You like to stay busy?
I have to.
Or what?
Nothing. Like just I have to. Yeah, I have to stay busy.
Yeah. I used to think that was a problem, though. I used to think I had. I don't know if that's. I
used to think something was wrong with you.
Wrong with me. Just I don't know why. Just because I need to stay productive.
Well, I think it's good to stay productive, dude.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes overthinking can be not beneficial. So even when we've built our whole agency, we have this saying, ready, fire, aim. So like we're just doing stuff and then course correcting the entire time. Like we just built out a whole new plan to hire direct recruits direct to us.
Mhm.
Our staff put together they all took on responsibilities to recruit, get them through the pipeline, get them through licensing, get them contracted, get them leads.
Huge.
Everybody took on an extra role. So it's not like we didn't hire any additional people.
Staff, yeah.
They just took on an extra role, and we built this whole thing out. And then like the first day we're putting people
Through the process.
through the process.
Yeah. Move fast, break things.
Yeah, move fast and break things. But if you just keep planning and thinking and have time and this, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. So
Me
if
neither.
somebody's brand new and they're scared, which were you scared?
Of course, to some degree. I think it's different, the levels of scared. is
But the
different.
best thing you can do
Is
is
just
be
do it.
busy.
Yeah. So the best thing you can do is write out activities that you're going to do every day. I recommend this to everybody is get a book like that and write it out Monday, like Sunday night, plan out Monday and write the whole day out. And look at so if your goal is to protect 30 families in a month, look at that Monday schedule and be like, is this what a 30 families protected producer in a month would do? If the answer is yes, then you're on track, right? So then just do that. Wake up, and then it's the discipline to actually execute on that schedule. But you have less time to think or fear.
Mhm.
Like if you say I'm going to make 500 DAOs tomorrow, like you got to
Well,
make the DAOs.
This is the other thing about dialing. So it's kind of like the gym. Like the worst part is going and then getting there. And like once you're there, it's okay, this ain't bad, right?
Mhm.
So with dialing, the worst part is the first like 25 dials. And you run, right?
Mhm.
So my friend told me this when I started. He goes, it's like running. The first lap, your body's kind of like adjusting. But then once your adrenaline kicks in,
It's over.
it's over.
Mhm.
The second, third, fourth, fifth, is that true?
Yep.
So you just got to get through that first lap of dialing or recruiting. Dude, the hardest part is sitting down and picking up the phone.
Yeah. Once you
is.
do it, once you start, it's over.
Yeah. Now, people, if you're hiring direct agents, so if someone wanted to work with you that's watching this, how could they reach you?
So the best way really would be to text my phone. If you want to work directly with me, it would be 412-482-7272. So that's 412-482-7272. Just shoot me a text, and we'll see if we're a great fit.
And what are your plans?
Right. So we have a goal that we've set as an agency for December with Families Protected. We really want to focus now on what we can do for people, and our goal is by end of next year to have multiplied that number times 5.
So you're gonna 5x.
5x by end of next year. We will.
And the people that are doing it with you, they're obviously gonna do very well.
Yes. So that's the key. That's the main thing, bro. Is we help out a bunch of people. We all win together. So we will 5x this thing for sure, bro. By end of next year.
So if anyone's watching, call, and you can be licensed, unlicensed. You can help everybody with all those things.
Of course.
They can work with your team. You do Zoom, so you sell in front of people.
Correct.
So, dude, that's something that I don't think a lot of people know about or do. But if someone works with you, they're in Zoom all day, and everyone's watching each other close deals and helping each other close deals.
It's a game changer, bro.
How do you beat that?
Game changer. Yeah, it's just the live support. I mean, we have the live dials, and then if needed, taking agents in a home when needed. We obviously try to make sure it's the right call there. But yeah, man, just the hands-on approach to training, support.
Do you do Zoom or in-home?
For my personal sales, both. So about 70% of my personal sales, I would say this year has come from in-home, and then 30% over virtual.
How do you decide?
I do most of my referrals virtually, just because it's easy.
It's easy.
It's easy. I do most of them. But then if I'm calling a lead and you can tell, like, they're ready to go. I just ask them, hey, grab a pen and paper. I have a few minutes here for you. We'll just knock it out now. So it's just situational.
That's awesome, dude. Well, bro, I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, bro.
I'm glad you're working with us. I'm excited for the future. If you're watching this and you're thinking, is this for me? Then what I like to say is, what do you have to lose? Like, the licensing course is free. You get your license and you're smarter and know more about insurance. If anything else, you got nothing to lose, though.
Facts.
And then lastly, the national conference. That is fflconvention.com if you want to register. There's going to be the speaker lineup is insane.
Crazy, bro.
Dude. So the speaker lineup is Jocko Willing. Do you know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
He's the freaking man. Damon John.
Alex
Rodriguez. You got all the top guys in FFL teaching how to build a business. Pastor Matthew.
Shaq, right?
Not Shaq. Shaq couldn't make it.
Okay.
Dave Anderson. Who else, Drew? Vernice Flygirl. You got Brad Lee going. He's speaking. Andy Elliott.
Oh, that's gonna be
who's
fire.
building an agency. And dude, I told somebody this. So I've been to, how many insurance trainings do you think I've been to?
1,000.
Dude, so many. And he was doing a sales training on insurance, and he had me completely engaged for an hour and a half straight.
Andy Elliott.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
And I'm like, dude, he went through every objection you can get. He got people on the stage. He was doing something called like objection battles. He would give it to them, and whoever would give the objection better or faster wins. It was like a contest. Dude, it was impressive. So he's going to be there. This is completely free. If you're licensed or unlicensed, you're invited. And this can change your life. And think about this, dude. I was at the grocery store bagging groceries, and one of these events completely changed my life on going, hey, I can do this and build this business. And it gave me the tools and the belief to do it, which is insane.
That's huge, bro.
So we will see you guys there. Let us know if you have any questions. And Tobe, thank you, bro. You're the man. Thank you for coming in.
Appreciate